and anti-bullying assembly on behalf of youth ambassadors. The youth ambassadors is a program for students. It's for sophomores and up. It offers a variety of opportunities to build life skills. So we do stuff like financial literacy. We prepare for college and the workforce, and one of the main things we do is we engage in meaningful service learning projects like this one to address issues that directly impact us. And since we do teen dating violence as a directly impacting issue for high school students, we decided to do a little assembly to kind of work together to prepare an assembly that raises awareness for dating violence, and unfortunately that's increasing among teens.
So in preparation for True Love, True Reality, we disseminated a survey to Parkland students in 2010, based on 188 responses when asked. First question is, if you knew someone who has experienced dating violence, half of the students responded yes. About the gender of the person experiencing the dating violence, almost half reported female. Do you think your school or community would benefit from having a safe place for teens experienced or who have experienced dating violence? 68% responded yes.
We did a follow-up survey this year in October, and I don't know how many of you took the survey. Does anyone remember taking a survey about dating violence? Anyone? Well, we did a follow-up survey in October of last year, and this time we received 325 completed responses back. And the results in the same categories this year were that when asked if you knew someone who has experienced dating violence, more than half of the students responded yes, more than half. When asked about the gender of the person experiencing dating violence, almost half reported female. So almost half of the people who were experiencing dating violence were female girls. When asked, do you think your school or community would benefit from having a safe place for teens experiencing or who have experienced dating violence? 70% of you responded yes. Okay,
so this information tells us that we have lots of work to do to help you better understand the signs of dating violence so that you can stay away from these types of unhealthy relationships.
We're about to show you some skits related to dating violence, and you're going to receive some information about the warning signs of dating violence. And if you or someone you currently know is experiencing any of what you see in the following scenes, we encourage you to talk to a trusted adult immediately.
I wasn't used to the kind of names you called me. My parents never allowed that kind of language. I cried a lot. I walked looking down. I did school a lot, and as all I made sure I passed, I was falling behind. I was miserable. I tell him he was hurting me verbally. I try to break up with him, and then he'd cry and say, I'm sorry, don't leave me. I used to leave him because I didn't want to leave him. I wanted him to change. He had to make sure I wasn't doing anything. He'd find out from his friends if I was talking to someone, and he'd get in a big argument. He'd hit me, push me, sock me in the stomach and in the head. He was smart. He knew not to leave me with bruises that showed. He told me about the problems his parents had. He said he used to jump onto his father, to stop him from hitting his mother. He said he'd never hit me like his father. Then when he hit me, he'd say he didn't need to. If you just didn't do those things, I wouldn't hit you. In other words, I shouldn't get so mad for provoking him to hit me.
Only 33% of teens who have been in an abusive relationship have ever told anyone.
About 72% of 8th and 9th graders are dating.
Typically, violent behavior begins between the ages of 12 and 18.
Currently, only one juvenile domestic violence court in the country focuses exclusively on teen dating violence. 1 out of every 3 American teen girls are currently being physically, verbally, and emotionally abused. Half of youth who have been victims of dating violence or rape attempt suicide.
81% of parents admit they don't think teen dating violence is an issue or admit they don't know if it's an issue. 25% of high school girls have been victims of physical or sexual abuse.
Yeah, how It was just this morning, I saw you and her, you were in your car and everything, But when she was getting out, you kind of like grabbed her wrist. It was like she was struggling a little bit.
What are you talking about? I don't grab her wrist or nothing.
Well, from my point of view, what I saw, I'm just trying to watch out for you, bro. I don't want administration to be notified by kids talking about, oh my gosh, he's abusing me.
Are you trying to accuse me of something?
Oh, no, bro, I'm just like watching out for you, The other people's perception might be skewed, You might have some little nemesis rivals out there trying to get at you.
Well, I'm pretty sure I got this under control.
You sure? I don't want you to end up on some like Jerry Springer or Maury talking about some trailer trash, housewives, and it's like, oh my gosh, he's beating me. And then you'll be over there like, no, I don't. I'm a man.
I got it. It was nothing. It was probably just something to get her attention. You know what I mean?
Well, it's just like a humanoid being, living, breathing cells and all that stuff. So I'm sure that, you call her name, she'll answer.
I'll try it.
You sure? I'm pretty sure. Keep that, little count to 10, you ever see Bad Boys too,
Yeah.
Stop. Keep it chill, man. I'm just watching out for you, So you straight?
Thanks, bro.
Hey, super handsome.
Let's do this.
Woo! It's about to go down. Y'all better get to like hit this handshake. What?
Nick, did you hear me?
Of course I heard you. Calm down. Just deciding how to respond. As I hit the word respond, I pulled to the left, veering to southbound lane. Before I passed 3 cars, southbound Volvo station wagon slammed its brakes within yards of us. The driver was honking and yelling. I pulled back into the northbound lane, flipped him off. I looked at Caleb, off a totally mid-scream. Do you trust me, Dad? She didn't respond. I leaned in closer. Did I ever tell you about my mother? She regained enough control to shake her head now. Well, I was 4, 5. I lie awake at night, listening to them shouting and fighting, him hitting her. I thought we'd pack up and leave someday. Her and I lived for that day. Then one morning I wake up, she's gone. Just got up and left. Never even came back. She ran from the monster and left him there with me. Well, you talk about trust, right? How it's important. When the one person you trust just gets up and leaves, it's pretty hard. Kaylin's hand slipped across my shoulder. I shrugged her off, trying to get out of the way, swerving into traffic. She started yelling. Her nails clawed into my flesh. Trust me. Because if you haven't figured it out, life doesn't mean much to me. Without you, it's worthless. I regained enough control, but then a moment later, seagulls headed across the windshield, swerving left and right, almost crashing into the guardrail. She get off me! I couldn't see. She made me drive into the sun. It was hot in my eyes. Get her off me! That thing in my... I couldn't tell what I was doing. Get her off me! I finally regained control. I couldn't tell if it had been minutes, hours. I looked at Kaylin, her head cradled in her hands. My head throbbed. I hit her. No, she was being unreasonable. I was wrong. She was crazy. Could have gotten us both killed. There was a truck in the other lane, headed right towards us. What was she thinking? I didn't mean to. I was in the heat of the moment. I couldn't control myself. She would have gotten us killed. And then I would have gotten killed. And then she would have... It was just... too intense. I didn't mean to. It was hard. You just shouldn't grab the wheel when people are driving. serious? Plus, I would have gotten killed for wrecking the car, so it didn't really matter.
You hit me, Nick.
I looked at her as she stared into the rearview mirror. Her cheek was getting red. You know, I just hit her enough to get her off me. It wasn't that big a deal.
You hit me, Nick.
The anger I used to have inside me was dissolved and turned into remorse. I tried to pull her closer, but she kept protesting. Hey, you know, how about I get you that ring? You know your birthday's coming up. You know, March, right? Ah, it's the jeweler with the birthstone is. You know, it's like a symbol since we're going out and stuff. I kept trying to pull her closer, but she kept trying to drag herself away. I finally got her to calm down, kissed her. As we were driving across the bridges connecting the mainland, the sky started to get dark. Not enough for a moon, though, but the sunset looked pretty nice. When we passed into D.C., the sky was dark, and Caitlin slept on my shoulder.
Aww.